5, 4. Hello, everyone watching and joining us from home. This is Peter Smith.
And I'm Tyler Stewart.
And we'll be broadcasting tonight's basketball game versus Chaminade. Tyler, what do you think about tonight's game?
I mean, as right off the bat, I can see a very distinct difference height-wise. I mean, Chaminade has a lot of height on their team, and right now Notre Dame is lacking that height. As you can see, Lucas Rondon, Zaire Williams are not there. They're not present. Their height present is not there. They're injured right now currently. And
and that's been a problem for them all season, Tyler.
Oh, yeah.
You're joining us tonight. The Notre Dame Knights have not won a league game. They did well in preseason, but a couple of key injuries, Julia Rishwain and Zaire Williams, have kept them out of contention during this season. But tonight against Chaminade, we're looking for a close game. And who do you think is going to come out on top?
I mean, off the bat, I feel like Chaminade has a strong chance to beat the Knights tonight. We're just going to have to see how the game goes, and let's see if Notre Dame can fall on top tonight.
Yep, well said, well said. All right. Who's some key players to look out for tonight? First, let's talk about on the Notre Dame side.
I mean, on the Notre Dame side right now, I feel like Teddy Parham will be a big role player, as well as Ryan Aings. I mean, both of those players, last time we were live streaming the game, they were going off. So let's see how well they do tonight, as well as Jordan Fuller as well. Jordan Fuller's on the court right now.
Yeah, good sign for the Knights. And on the Chaminade side, who are we looking at?
I mean, on the Chaminade side right now, we're looking at, oh my God, we're looking at number 33, Abe Eagle, sophomore. He is 6'8", and
all right,
I feel like he will have a dominant presence.
Yeah, that's huge. Our cameraman, Kendall Galvez, talking to us about number 33 on Chaminade, Abe Eagle. Incredibly tall, and that's going to be a huge advantage on the Notre Dame side. We'll see that on the tip-off.
And we also got number 15 on the court as well, Michael Wilson, who's a senior right now, standing at 6'4". I mean, you can see the heights right here, 6'4", 6'8", 6'3". All these players are in.
Yeah, and that's where the strengths of Chaminade lie. But on the Notre Dame side, they have a lot of skill, and that's what should even out tonight's game and make it a good one. A classic, as we would say.
I feel like, Peter, ball movement and counter plays, counteracts in this game will make a huge difference point-wise.
Yeah. Well, as we get started with tonight, we're not sure what the wait is for. Everyone kind of awkwardly standing around here on the court. Looks like the referees are having a discussion, perhaps about some of the players. But here we go.
Here we go. Here, this tip-off. Joey Lip for Notre Dame tipping the ball tonight. Let's see what's going to happen. Here we go.
All right. And we're off.
And Abe Eagle gets the tip-off, and it is now Notre Dame ball.
Yeah,
right
one
off.
thing you will notice tonight is that the castle is not here. And the reason for that is because a lot of students have a lot of homework today on Wednesday night. But we did expect to see a little bit of a stronger performance. So if you're in the area, might as well come on down.
We got number 11, Jack Abunassar, passing it to Teddy Parham. Teddy with the drive, kicks out it to Joey. Joey for a 3. That is good. 1-and-1 tonight from the three-point line.
Yep.
Let's see what Chaminade can do right now. Passing it to Abe Eagle. Going out to number 32. Number 32 for a 3. Tries to answer back, cannot.
And here we take a look at the replay in between. Hopefully that'll go away. With the action back to the game. Sorry about that, folks. And a turbo for Chaminade. Good start here for Notre Dame.
Yes, I mean, that was excellent defense. They're trying to stop him from penetrating inside. I think that's looking really good. And the ref asked for the ball again, and taking out the ball. Jack Abunassar taking the ball out again. And there is a wait right now. The ref is going to the scoreboard right now.
here we go.
All right.
Back with us. A huge start if they can get a couple of points here to open up the first quarter. We noticed last game we broadcast, they struggled to get started going for any of the viewers who were watching us last time. And that really hurt them later into the game.
It was Jack Abunassar. Oh, cannot connect that pass. I mean, that was a really tough pass, Peter. One-handed. Yikes. That was not a great turnover.
Yeah, and if you were to ask head coach Matt Sargent, this is not the roster he would have started with at the beginning of the year. But here we are, they're adapting, and hopefully they can get a big win tonight.
Passing it to number 0, Weston Crump. Passes out to number 15. Number 15 with the drive. Gets blocked by Joey. We have Jordan Fuller bringing up the ball. Great defense on Notre Dame's end, Peter. That was beautiful plays.
Fuller, a young sophomore. He's going to be crucial in tonight's effort, playing on the outside. And it looks like it's going to be a foul.
Foul on Chaminade. I'm guessing that was a push.
Yeah, it did look like it, or just impeding that way.
Oh, we got Teddy Parham.
Number 22.
Oh, yeah. Teddy Parham passes it out to Joey Lip. Notre Dame's going to restart their offense.
Well, it seems like Matt Sargent has put in Joey to try to add a little height and combat that Chaminade advantage right there. And we'll see what this turns out to be.
That's a foul on Jack Abunassar. I did not see the call. I'm guessing it was 3 seconds in the key, but
yeah,
I'm not sure about that. We got number 2, Kenneth Simpson Jr. passing, dribbling up the ball. Trying to get Chaminade offense going. And they left.
Ooh.
Oh! Abe Eagle misses the wide open layup. And I'm telling you, Peter, like, those wide open layups, those cannot happen. You cannot miss those wide open layups, and that's crucial for any team, both Fuller and Chaminade. Number 2, Kenneth Simpson Jr. drives, and that's good.
Well, that play gave you a great idea of what Notre Dame's going to try to do to combat those tall men. You got 5 of Notre Dame's player all in the paint trying to guard him, and they're going to try to cover that paint really well to try to combat that height advantage.
And Kenneth Simpson Jr., the man who just scored, he's a freshman. He's a freshman standing at 6'1", and you see that bolt of speed he had driving to the basket. That's incredible.
Yeah, Notre Dame, interestingly enough, is powered by a lot of seniors and older players right now, with many of the sophomores and juniors who are really good out of contention.
Joey Lip for another 3. Good!
And that's huge. The score now 6-2.
Wow. In last game, I don't remember seeing Joey Lip taking a lot of shots. I'm guessing he's feeling really confident about his shot tonight.
Yeah, well, like I said earlier, he's probably key to that game plan.
Of course. And that's number 0, Weston Crump, dumping in that nice little jumper. Jack Abunassar brings up the ball.
Yeah, we take a little replay look at this play earlier. Play continuing.
Teddy Parham almost loses the ball, gets the ball back. Oh.
And a good drive.
That was very clean. I like that. That was really cool. But he unfortunately missed the layup. Couldn't get the ball back in. It's now Chaminade.
Well, Notre Dame's doing a great job early on. Not only are they're getting their wide shots, but they are getting in the paint, and especially on the defensive side, defending those tall guys and hopefully getting themselves an advantage here in the first quarter. 4:44 to go.
Here we go. Kenneth Simpson Jr. I mean, look at this guy. He's a freshman.
Yeah, it does not look like one, but a very good player for sure.
Yeah. Starting for Chaminade as a freshman, I mean, that is very, very intimidating on its own.
Good play inside the paint now.
I mean, look at that drive.
And now 6-6, and it has seemed at times that Notre Dame has had the bulk of the possession, bulk of the good plays, but they need to take advantage of the opportunities they have and put away some of these baskets.
And there goes down Jordan Fuller. Looks like it would be a foul on Chaminade, and they're going to take the ball down low.
Yeah, it looked to me like he slipped, but I guess they're going to call it for a foul.
Here we go. Jack Abunassar taking out the ball. Tries to find. Gets it to Fuller. Fuller for the drive. Pass out to Joey. Gives it to Teddy Parham. Pass it back to Ryan Fuller.
Peter, the live stream is down. Peter, the live stream is down.
And Chaminade will be taking the ball out down low. Here we go with Kenneth Simpson Jr. Passes it down to number 15. Passes it to number 1 with the shot, and that's good. Number 1 for Chaminade. There's Teddy Parham driving the ball around. Loses it. Tries to find a way. Steps out of bounds, and that's Chaminade's ball. Now we have number 2 again, Kenneth Simpson Jr. leading Chaminade right now on the point guard end. Let's see what they can do. And passes it to number 3, Kenneth Higgins Jr., who's also a freshman. Passing number 15. Number 1 again with that 3. No good on that one. Number 15 gets the rebound. Number 15, Michael Wilson. A senior right now at Chaminade. And now Kenneth. And Michael Wilson will be shooting some free throws. In the meantime, let's talk about Winter Formal. Tickets for Winter Formal, time after time, will go on sale today at lunch. Winter Formal will be held on Saturday, February 10th from 8 to 11 p.m. in the gym. Tickets are $25 per person and $50 per prop goal. Buy your tickets by Wednesday, February 7th, and receive free dress on Thursday, February 8th. I like free dress, Peter. I don't know about you, but I love free dress.
I love free dress. I wear my NDSN shirt.
Of course.
Free
Gotta
advertising,
show that
as
Notre
they
Dame
say.
spirit.
Sorry for the interruptions. We're currently switching. A lot of us seniors who have brought you the broadcast for the last 4 years, we're transitioning out. So freshmen in charge tonight behind these scenes, making sure they know their stuff. And hopefully we can bring you a great broadcast.
And
Well, 10-6 is the score now. So
Chaminade is up.
Yep.
Let's see what they could do. Kenneth Simpson Jr. once again dribbling up the ball.
They're reestablishing. And Chaminade reestablishing some of that dominance in the paint and really starting to get into their game plan, not letting Notre Dame get an advantage.
Number
on that
32,
area.
Coltrane Goring coming out, and we have number 20, Ryan Engs coming in.
Yeah, great player, that guy.
Yeah, Ryan Engs last game went off, leading Notre Dame's offense against Crespi.
They still
Against
did
Loyola.
struggle in those 2 games, but he was one of the bright spots and will definitely be a big player next year.
Of course. I mean, Ryan Engs being a sophomore. So Notre Dame has 2 years to improve this man.
And the defense, an air ball by number 13.
Number 13 being Carter Graham. Ryan Engs for 3. Good.
Beautiful, and let's take another look at that. That's Ryan Engs, number 20. Chaminade coming roaring back down the court. We'll give you a replay at the break.
There's, oh my God, Abe Eagle. You saw that height advantage, utilizing that height advantage.
Yeah, it's going to be tough to combat, and they're going to need those outside players like Engs, who just made that 3. That's going to be crucial if they want to win this game.
We got number 11, Jacob Essar.
Great pick, now 23, Joey Lip.
Teddy for 3.
And there you go, back-to-back
Teddy
threes for the
Parham
Notre
for
Dame
3.
side.
And the score is back, 12-12. Here you go, Kenneth Simpson Jr. having the ball. Up in that point guard position. Drives.
And there was a look at the 3-pointer.
They called a foul. There's a sub, number 15 going out, and 32 for Chaminade coming in, Mateo Pitkin.
Subbing a couple guys in and out. Number 13 pushes it out.
There's Kenneth Simpson Jr. for 3, no good. Foul on Ryan Engs, number 20, for possibly pushing a Beagle.
Yeah, he does not look pleased with that call, and
Of course.
from our angle, it didn't really look like a push, but it is what it is. Quick
And
substitution.
Ryan Eggs coming out, and number 0 for Chaminade for Notre Dame coming in. Here we go. Chaminade moving the ball around. Number 32 just subbed in, passing it back to Kenneth Simpson Jr. Kenneth Simpson Jr. for a jumper. Good.
And that'll be a quick 2-pointer. Chaminade back on top with 1:34 left to go in the quarter.
I mean, not anyone can just take that shot. That shot is a really tough shot to take. We got Elijah Pack holding the ball.
That's going to be tough.
Abe Eagle.
Exactly what Chaminade wants to do.
They're passing it around. Kenneth Simpson Jr. for 3. No good on that. Elijah Pack with the rebound.
And here's a replay from that earlier play. And we're back to the action once more.
Passing it up. Number 13 for 3. No good on that. And that's a foul on Joey Lip. Joey Lip's coming out now because of those fouls, and we have Tyler Hawara coming in. And that'll be Abe Eagle shooting some free throws. Let's see if Abe can drill these free throws in. In the meantime, honors classes, Spanish honors and AP placement test makeups will be on Tuesday, February 6th during X period. Make sure to plan accordingly since this will be your only makeup day. If you have any questions, see Ms. Serrano in room 7. And now we're back in the game.
52 seconds left.
Teddy Parham with the drive, gets the
That is
and one.
absolutely fantastic.
That was a beautiful drive by Teddy Parham and an amazing layup. The lucky putback in the bucket.
Yeah, we'll see if we can get another look as Teddy lines up for his shot.
And Teddy will be shooting his first free throws of the night. I mean, Teddy Parham, from just watching experience, is a very good shooter. So I'm banking that he'll be drilling these free throws in. And that is good.
Yeah, fantastic job by Parham.
Here we go. The one and only Kenneth Simpson Jr. bringing the ball up, leading the Chaminade offense. Passing it around number 32 for 3. No good.
Yeah, well, looking at Simpson Jr.'s face, he seems a little exasperated that he was taking the ball down.
Right.
Got a lot of points so far tonight, so maybe feel like he's carrying the team a little bit.
And here we go, Abe
Eagle, the tall shooter. Well, one of those rare guys who can is both tall and can shoot, and is definitely going to be one of the biggest weapons for Chaminade.
Of course, and him only being a sophomore at Chaminade, I mean, he's going to be a huge asset for them in the future.
Well, the game's kind of set. It's going to be Notre Dame's experience versus Chaminade's raw talent, the height, and the shooting ability.
Elijah Pack for the drive. What an amazing
Score now
layup.
17-15 Notre Dame. 11 seconds on the clock to end of the first quarter, sorry.
Replay in 3, 2, 1.
That's a foul.
And a foul. Here's the replay of that earlier play. An absolutely wonderful job.
I call that a Steph Curry layup. If I've ever seen one before, it just goes up, comes back down as a switch.
Sir.
You've seen it in the NBA. You see it here in Notre Dame basketball.
Notre Dame High School.
That's right. We got number 15 shooting free throws, Michael Wilson, shooting 3 because of that foul at the three-point line, Peter.
Oh, it was a three-pointer. Interesting.
Yes, so you shoot.
With 2.6 left in the
Of
quarter,
course.
if he makes the next one, Shauna's going to be able to go up going into that first quarter where a couple seconds ago it looked like Notre Dame would have the lead.
Of course. So you could drill one more in. No.
Banks off.
A offensive foul on Chaminade. And the 2.6 seconds left on the clock. Notre Dame will be bringing up the ball.
Well, remember, the time clock doesn't start till he touches it.
Teddy Parham, half court. That's in. Aw. That
Nice
went in.
try.
Someone's winning a lot of money. But that is the end of the first quarter. So let's recap and let's talk about it. Let's recap and talk about that first quarter. What did you see was, let's say, a big asset that Notre Dame had?
You know, I really think the asset is the experience here. And
Okay.
Teddy Parham, he's going to be the guy they look to continue to carry that team. 2 huge shots, a 3-point shot,
course.
and then a couple of twos.
Right.
And then also some wild card. Ryan Angs did a really good job over there.
And of course, as we're looking on the other side for Chaminade, they have a lot of youngsters, as you can tell. Only 4 seniors are on the Chaminade boys varsity basketball team. And one of those strongest players, the strongest player, in my opinion, they have right now is Kenneth Simpson Jr., only being a freshman. So that's 4 years he'll be dedicating.
Simpson Jr. was carrying the team for the majority of that first quarter. And
right.
Clearly as the point guard doing a great job and keeping them in the game against Notre Dame experience. But the other guy we got to keep in mind is the great 6'8" player Abe Eagle, who had some crucial shots, did well on the free throws, got in the paint, a couple of key shots, and those 2 players are going to be key if Chaminade wants to take this one.
Right. And also, you got to remember the fact we don't have our height as well. We have Zaire Williams, same grade, 6'7", but still, an inch doesn't make a huge difference playing on D. And now we have, back in the second quarter, number 15 passing out. Abe Eagle, jumper, no good.
Tough shot, but there we go again. Familiar character picking up the rebound, Kenneth Simpson Jr., and he's back on the ball.
I mean, I feel like if Chaminade wants to keep their offense going, they're going to have to keep him in. And that was a nice pass from Abe Eagle to number 32, Mateo Pitkin, right in the paint.
19-17 for the visitors, Chaminade.
Teddy Parham brings up the ball now. Pass that to Elijah Pack. Elijah Pack takes a jumper, gets blocked. Tries to grab his own rebound, cannot grab it, and it is now Chaminade ball once again.
Well, Coach Sargent has elected to go with number 15 for a little bit of height on Notre Dame's side. A little bit different than the first quarter. See how that works out to continue to try to rule over that paint.
And I feel like that substitution that you saw in the first quarter with Joey Lip and Shire Hoare was made just for the sole fact of that tension with the ref. So taking that tension away and subbing him was, I think, a smart idea from Coach Matt. Chaminade with the put in, and it is now 21-17. Chaminade up by 4.
Replay in 3, 2, 1.
And here's a replay coming to you earlier in the day.
And that was by number 3, Keith Higgins Jr., who's also a freshman.
Yeah, and the Chaminade, we talked about youth as being crucial. Youth versus experience, the story so far.
Right.
Well, back to that comment earlier about Tyler, number 15, who they've opted for height, Notre Dame.
Right.
Not only a great basketball player, but a great guy. I had him in Miss Hines' English class last year.
Oh, Miss Hines. I never had her. I had
one of my favorite teachers.
I had Santos. Santos is a great teacher. Shout out to you,
Always.
Mr. Santos.
Number 21 got blocked. Not necessarily the tallest player, but a good one all the same.
And speak of the devil, Tyler Hoare is shooting free throws for Notre Dame. And we got Tyler Hoare shooting free throws right now. Club news. The Bridges Club will meet this Thursday at lunch in the activity center. So if you are in the Bridges Club, make sure you're there during lunch tomorrow. And here we got Kenneth Simpson Jr. bringing up the ball. Let's pass it to number 0, Weston Crump. Back to number 15, Michael Wilson, for the drive. And that is good. That is a very nice drive from Kenneth. From Michael. All right. Then we got Alex Blanco passing it around to Teddy Parham. Then we got number 21.
All right, back 23-18 for the visiting side.
All right.
Well, a couple of key plays which we saw last quarter, which kept Notre Dame competitive. We haven't seen as many 3 points and those crucial shots, which are going to be really important if Notre Dame wants to win this one.
Right. And there's number 2 again, the icon himself. Kennedy pass it down to Abe Eagle down low.
And this time Joey Lip guarding him. And Eagle gets the foul on Lip.
And I mean, just that play itself, you could just see the raw height just dominating.
And Coach Sargent, who's standing near us, is just saying to his players, build a wall, stand in the paint, which is going to be crucial.
Of course. I mean, they're going to have to stop him somehow. They don't have that height advantage as they used to have in the preseason. So we're going to have to see Notre Dame stay on top by guarding that paint heavily. They can't guard that paint, they're going to lose.
Eagle good for 1 of 2.
We got number 21 dribbling up the ball.
24-18.
Then we got Jordan Fuller, passes it to number 3. Number 3, Bryce Cooper. Passes it to Joey. Teddy.
There's Parham, yeah.
Teddy Parham, my bad. That's a traveling call on Teddy.
Yeah, Parham, a great player. And he just kind of pops in and out of the game. Not their point guard, so not taking it up.
We got Jordan Fuller taking a rest, and that leaves with Jack Abunassar coming in for Notre Dame.
Ooh, and a huge play, but Abe has trouble handling it. Still puts it away.
On that play, Peter, from our angle, you saw that bolt of speed Kenneth Simpson Jr. has.
Yeah, so again, he just drew everyone towards him, and they're taking the coach's advice, building that wall, and then they're able to sneak it to Abe through one of the players' legs.
And you know what I find insane? Look right here.
Misses, yeah.
Points per game, 15.4 points per game from him. Kenneth Simpson Jr.
Yeah, as we
insane.
Look at our chart, by
Teddy
far
Parham
the
with the steal. Goes for the
Ooh,
layup.
What a putback, but
no
he can't
good.
make it go.
Now we got number 15, Michael Wilson on the drive.
And unclear what the call is, but they're going to give it to Notre
I think
Dame.
that was a double dribble or a carry. And we
Either
got
way, Notre Dame has the ball.
number 32 for Chaminade, so the Mateo Pickett, and coming in, number 13, Carter Graham.
Well, a great first quarter by Notre Dame, but what can they do to get back in this one? They're falling off a little bit. And a huge block by Abe. Ooh.
And that's a foul on number 15, Michael Wilson.
Replay in 3, 2, 1.
Here we got a replay, hopefully of that block.
And I mean, that was
maybe
a
they can wind
clear
it back
block
for us a
on
little bit.
Chaminade.
See that again.
From our angle,
Back
from our angle, that was a clear block. Then we got Notre Dame trying to drive. Teddy with the drive. Hits the bottom of the rim, so that layup is no good. Abe Eagle with the nice put back in.
Going to be tough to guard, and Sargent has to call a timeout. Well, a great show of athleticism by Teddy Parham inside the paint. But ultimately, Eagle's going to have a much easier time because of his height.
I mean, as you can see, some of their offense has been pure counteracts. I mean, that play we just saw, Teddy missed the layup. Their pure speed and height just totally was used in that play.
Yeah, we'll see if we can get some replays of the previous plays coming up. But Notre Dame huddling, as you see there. Sorry, Tyler.
No, it's fine, Peter. I mean, I was just reflecting on the fact that, like, Notre Dame's going to be having a huge time. And, I mean, as we've said in the past live broadcasts we've done, Notre Dame does not have their full team. This is only part of their team. We're missing some of the key players. We're missing Julian Rishwain, and we're missing Zaire Williams. I mean,
you know, the one thing that Notre Dame does have an advantage, even with those injuries, is that the coach is doing a great job of keeping them motivated. And every time we have our broadcast, I guess you could call studio, right where the players come in every game, no matter how down they are, they're coming in and competing.
And that's what's going to keep him. Joey goes for another confident three. That is a no good as well. And we have number 13, Carter Graham, dribbling up the ball. And that is the other freshman, Keith Higgins Jr., in the court as well. Both freshmen are on the court right now. Number 13, Carter Graham with the three.
Yeah, that's huge. And that puts it 31-18. So even more points on top of points. More than 10 separating the two teams now.
Teddy Parham for three. No good on that. Notre Dame missed their past 2 field goals from the three-point line.
Yeah, they just look a little bit dejected. They need to get back in this one.
I also think that it's the fatigue. I mean, you can see that they're, from the get-go, they were sprinting, playing defense. Amazing defense, still are to this point. But that energy has died down.
Yeah, you can see the tired faces right there.
Oh yeah, of course.
But here's 11.
Here's
Abunassar.
Jack Abunassar dribbling up the ball.
Brought him in, try to give him a little bit of energy.
Teddy, deep three.
Ooh.
No good, but almost
hitting.
number 32, Coltrane Goring, almost gets that rebound, but could not connect. And we have number 2, Kenneth Simpson Jr. once again, dribbling up the ball, finding the Chaminade offense as usual. And I think part of their offense is getting him open for shots, getting him open for the drive. And as a result of him driving, just passes it to A. Beagle. I mean, that's happened only once, but I feel like that could happen later in the game today. Notre Dame with opportunity misses. Here we go, the star of the show for Chaminade. That is a 3, no good. Another freshman grabs it. A. Beagle down low, misses again.
I mean, and Chaminade just playing with pure height there.
Of course,
You
and
saw
that was
Teddy's
a lot
face
of
as he went up
attempts.
for that.
Number 0, that is good. Weston Crump with the 3.
And they got to call another timeout now, 34-18.
That was very, very fast basketball from Chaminade. I mean, lots of putbacks, lots of attempts trying to get in. I mean, you can see time getting in.
Yeah, and it'd be interesting to see if we can take a look at how they executed that last play.
All right. Notre Dame trying to figure something out, but I don't know if they could do it. I mean, the height is just not there. I don't think the height is there. And we've got Shear trying to bring the crowd up. We got our 8 cheerleaders, our 8 Notre Dame.
Well, the
Lady
band
Knights.
is here in full force.
The band is here in full force.
The band, cheerleading, and NDSN all here and ready to go. And hopefully ND basketball. And we'll see if we can all pull it off.
Alrighty. And this is Notre Dame ball.
Yeah.
All right.
Sergeant.
Jordan Fuller will be bringing up the ball. Psych. Jack Abernasar will be bringing up the ball.
Abanassar, and they brought him in just recently to bring up the ball. An interesting new look.
Alrighty. Here we go. Number 0, Weston Crump brings up the ball this time.
Yeah.
And
Giving the star a little bit of a rest.
actually, he's in.
Oh, really?
Hasn't gone out once this game. I mean, they need him. Without him,
Well,
that offensive presence is gone. His offensive presence is gone. And we
Weston
have Notre
did a
Dame
great
now
job
with
without him right there.
course.
Great play.
Oh,
Here's Ryan Angs. Oh,
Yeah,
and wonderful.
nice reverse layup. I mean, that was great offense right there. Found a way inside. That was beautiful. Kenneth Simpson Jr. will also be doing
great
the ball.
work.
And we got that replay right there. We missed it. Our fault. All right, here we go. Keith Higgins keeps driving, loses the ball. And that will be Notre Dame ball.
Yeah, a little bit of frustration on the Notre Dame side, as you can see.
I mean, Notre Dame is down by 16 at the current moment, with the score being 36-20, and there's almost a minute left in the second quarter before halftime.
Well, here's the hope. Teddy Parham, Ryan Angs,
Of course.
and a good dynamic play, but they got to stay focused there. A little bit of fatigue, lack of focus, and Fuller once again misplays the pass.
And that was to Coltrane Goring. Coltrane cannot grab the ball. The speed, what I'm seeing, Peter, is the speed from Chaminade is just great right now. It's just they're just faster and taller and more physically capable at winning the game right now.
Well, what they're doing is exploiting the inside, and Notre Dame has to respect them in the paint, which means that they can push the ball out just like that, although there was a miss. Looks like a ground roll.
Hits the top of the
what do we call that?
I don't know, the pole. Let's just say it hit the pole on top.
Let's just say they don't have to deal with that in the NBA.
Or college.
Yeah.
Or only Notre Dame basketball. Only Notre Dame basketball has that.
A unique feature of high school basketball. Unique
Right.
ground rules.
All right, Notre Dame finding the offense. Teddy with the drive. Gets blocked by
really
Dave
physical.
Eagle. Oh, my Lord. That was a big block for Chaminade. I mean, plays like that can mentally and physically destroy a team on their offense.
And it looks like we're going to get a replay here of that block. Great job.
That was just a clean block. That was just all hype. I mean,
Back live. Parham, they move the ball out a little bit. This could get them back in it, but no.
that's an air ball. A big fat air ball. Down the line.
22. Ooh. Good job.
That was 32. Mateo Pitkin almost with the layup, but then gets blocked.
Yeah, great defense by Fuller there. Up-and-coming star here on Notre Dame. He's gotten the opportunity to play a little more because of the injuries, and he's certainly showing why he's here.
Foul on Jordan Fuller.
Yeah, playing at a very high level.
We got number 13, Carter Graham, shooting 2 free throws at the current moment. I mean, haven't seen Graham on the line yet, but all right. We got a sub for Chaminade. Abe is going out, and we have number 3, Keith Higgins, going in.
Yeah, sign of the game,
And this will conclude the half. Come out with the ball.
0.9 seconds to go, a travel, and Notre Dame maybe has the opportunity to shoot it, but with 0.9 seconds, it's going to be tough.
I don't think you could shoot at 0.9 seconds, but we'll find out right now.
Yes, sir.
Teddy.
Teddy, right before he released it.
Oh! Oh my! Oh my God!
And that's just what they needed to win the half.
That was sick. Did you get that? Oh my! Hey, can we please have a? Oh.
Yeah. All right. Here we go.
Here we go. Here we go.
Maybe we can get from Kendall's
did
angle
not get
too.
it, but you could totally watch back the live stream and get that.
No, they'll give it to us. They'll give it to us. Kendall, our cameraman who's sitting next to us, was saying, "I got that. I got that."
You got that right? You got it.
Yeah.
We got it.
23-37.
We got it.
And now fans coming up to us and saying that they want it on SportsCenter. And both of our cameramen are talking to us and saying they got it. So great work, everyone.
That was crazy.
All right, we will see you at the start of the second half. Thank you so much for watching, and in 9 minutes and 24 seconds, we'll be back. second half. 1 minute to go.
Alrighty.
23-37. Chaminade up. And I think that last shot with Teddy Parham, we'll probably get a replay of several more times tonight, is really going to get them amped up for the second half. We'll see if the guys back on the switcher can give us one more replay for all the people who might have missed it. A pretty good way to end the second half, even if Notre Dame's down.
All right, replay in 3, 2, 1.
All right, here it is.
Here it is, that
All the
free
way
throw.
forward.
Oh my
Let's
goodness.
see it one more time. We'll see if we can get it one more time from Kendall's angle, our secondary cameraman. As
Look,
we start the
replay
second
in
half.
3, 2,
Okay,
1.
here it is. From Kendall's angle. Or no, from
That was
the
not from
original
Kendall's angle.
Yeah.
That was the original angle
But
again.
still pretty impressive. And with that, let's start the second half.
Here we go.
Here we go. Second half, Notre Dame.
Jack Abanassar.
And that's him, Jack Abinassar, dribbling
point
up the
guard
ball
to
once
start
again. Passing it out to number 32. Number
Goran
32.
Coltrane and Teddy Parham inside.
Travel from Teddy. And that is not a good start for Notre Dame.
Tough because Engs made the three at the end. It would have been a huge three-pointer to start off the second half.
And of course, this is only the beginning of the second half. We got a whole half of basketball to play. A whole half of basketball to see if anything can happen.
And, ooh, Simpson
Kenneth
Jr.
Simpson.
just misses.
And the putback from number
Wilson
15.
and 33.
Abe Eagle can't get that layup in.
That's what Notre Dame needs. A little bit of luck in the paint and a little bit of skill. And maybe they take away some points from the Chaminade
Jordan
offense.
Fuller, that's Jordan Fuller dribbling in.
Ooh, impressive
Misses the floater,
stuff.
but then number 32, Coltrane Goring, grabs the ball.
Goring. Give it back to Chaminade, and there we go. Now to Simpson Jr. and the foul. Not a foul.
I mean, the
a
travel.
on Chaminade.
Of course.
Looked like number 2. I think so, Tyler.
Alrighty, and now we have Notre Dame taking out from down low.
Yeah, well, this is going to be a good opportunity for Notre Dame to get back in this one. A little bit of fortune to start off this second half, and they give it up once more.
And that, yes, that is a foul. I did not see the call.
Can we get a score check real quick? Score check.
Yep, the score now 37-23.
Chaminade taking out the ball. Star of the show has the ball. Passes it out.
Yeah, sorry.
Jumper, no good. Teddy Parham gets that quick rebound.
And Parham up the point, beyond the three-point line and driving in, passes it out. A lot of time. Ooh,
Jack
three-point just
Abinassar.
missed.
In and out three. Those are
Yeah.
the worst, Peter. The ball rolls around the rim and it goes out. All that time.
I wish I could
that
say I've shot a
concentration.
lot of in-and-out threes, but I don't think when I shoot it gets that close to the basket.
Of course.
Yeah. More for Tyler, back in his heyday. Athletic prowess. Now Weston Crump for Chaminade. And inside number 15, putting it away, that is Michael Wilson, Abanassar up the court. He's been the point guard for the end of the second quarter and now into the start of the second half. Now Engs providing some space for himself and into the paint he goes. Blocked once more and once again the height.
And that was Kenneth Simpson Jr. with a block.
I mean, you just cannot say enough about the height.
Do you see the stats? 15.4 points per game. That is ridiculous. That is insane at a high school level of basketball for a freshman.
Give it out to Abanassar.
And that is Alex Blanco driving in.
And out of his hands. So once again, Fuller, a little bit of trouble handling the ball, and Notre Dame gives it up. 39-23, Well, I think the goal for Notre Dame in this quarter should be getting it within 10. That'll give them a fighting chance in the fourth. But if they can't do that, it's going to be very difficult.
Right. I understand that.
Obviously, high school games are a little bit low scoring. They don't put away as many of the baskets. But when they get on runs, they can put away almost every one. So 10 points is not a game they can't win.
Of course. And now we have Star drives, makes the layup,
Simpson.
and that counts for an and one
Yeah, Simpson
for
Jr.
Kenneth Simpson Jr.
And we can't say enough, 15.4 points per game.
3.
Here's the replay from
one.
Simpson's shot earlier. It
And
just
I
kind of throws his hand up a weird angle to get it.
But I mean, it goes in, it goes in. And one, it's an and one, Peter.
That's what they say. So now, all the way up, and no timeout. Score now 42-23, and all that momentum from that last incredible shot by Teddy Parham seems to have withered away once more. Sorry, as Notre Dame continues to struggle.
We got Jordan Fuller with the ball up once again. I mean, Alex Blanco, no good on that three. Ryan Ings gets the ball back.
Falls nicely to Ings.
Of course. And I mean, you can see the hard time Notre Dame has trying to get the ball in.
There's Simpson once more, and that's 44-23 now, a 21-point lead. Blanco, 2 points. Just what they need. Little bit of momentum. Can they hold on? Maybe get a stop. Parham almost gets it out, and ball back to Notre Dame. Not sure what happened there.
I think he stepped out, Peter. I'm pretty sure he stepped out.
Yeah, we were looking straight down the
That
line.
was a hard angle to grab the ball at.
Definitely a tough one, but that's all Parham who jumped up, and I just saw a little bit of deflection on the arm, which caused it to be tough for that player to keep it in bounds.
And that was a foul on number 13 possibly for reaching foul.
Looks like we're going to have to take it out.
What is score?
Score now, 44-25, it stays. And Alex Blanco, a little bit of trouble, then Parham.
Puts the ball
2
back
points,
in.
now 27-44, so clawing back into this one. There's a good shot of Simpson Jr. All the way across, and it sails out of bounds.
That was a far pass. I mean, in my opinion, that wasn't a great pass. Should have held the ball, probably resetted.
Yeah, well, at this point in the game, you got to think that Chaminade's okay with taking some risk with this type of lead.
Right.
Just out of view.
Alex
And
Blanco.
Alex Blanco nails the three. 30-44 now the lead to 14.
Chaminade calls an aggressive timeout.
Right,
Coach is furious.
There's Ings and Blanco, sorry. Tyler, let's take a look at this replay.
That was a
Huge.
beautiful three from Alex Blanco.
Great technique. And just another tall guy that can shoot. A great
course.
asset to have on your team. Really been stepping up in the second half, and a key highlight for Notre Dame going in here.
I mean, I think that was tremendous. I think that was very necessary. Notre Dame needed to have that 5 points from Alex Blanco. That was incredible. In my opinion, I think those shots and those plays that players make can make a difference in this game, and that can give Notre Dame a chance to win.
Yeah, I really think that Coach Sargent wanted to come out in this game and surprise Chaminade by putting in Lip and those tall guys for Notre Dame, and ultimately that strategy didn't work out. They're losing in the paint for sure. But the point they do have the advantage is they have better shooters from the outside, and if they're able to take advantage of that, they might be able to crawl back into this one.
All right. Game, timeout, uncalled. Game starting. Chaminade taking the ball out from down low.
There's Carter Graham. Passes to Simpson Jr.
And Chaminade with a rushing off.
Michael Wilson. And it looks like it's going to be a charge as Simpson misses the follow-up shot.
It is going to be Notre Dame ball. Jordan Fuller brings up the ball.
Yeah, well, Fuller needs to get going if they want a chance.
Of course. I mean, I feel like that's why he is
Great
the
shooter,
starting
great
point guard
athleticism.
right now.
This guy's having quite the game. Abanassar and Alex Blanco. Teddy Parham misses just off the rim.
Right. And I mean, those inside opportunities that they're having are so tough to make.
I mean, they're crawling back into this one pretty well.
Right.
14 points down from 21 just a couple of minutes ago.
Right.
And maybe it's a little bit of fatigue on Chaminade's side or a little bit of frustration, but we saw during the first quarter what they can do if they pass well, shoot well. They can keep up with this team, no doubt.
Of course. And I mean, as I've said previously numerous amounts of times, this isn't their full team. You know that. This isn't their full starting lineup. This is a mix of their reserves as well as, not their reserves, but their bench as well as some of their starting lineup that's usually in during most games. I think Notre Dame with a
Teddy knocks it
full
down.
healthy team has a very, very great chance at winning this game. But for now, this is a competition. This is a challenge that,
Looks like
as a
they get
high school,
knocked
we're
out.
facing, right?
And Chaminade retains possession. And that's so true. But, I mean, a lot of these senior guys expected to go into this season and have a chance at CAF, going into playoffs, making a deep run. And it just didn't happen. It's not going to happen because of the injuries. But they still have these games, game tonight and next week, which you can watch actually on Friday. We'll also be broadcasting that one. So make sure to stay tuned, 7 o'clock next Friday. And these are the games they need to care about. And what I'm looking at, I mean, Teddy with that great shot at the end of the half, these seniors seem still invested, which is really important. A huge play from Jack Abanassar, who's been there, the point guard.
Replay in 3, 2, 1.
And here's the replay as the foul comes. Abanassar up, and just great technique as it goes off the board and in.
Yeah, I know. And Abe Eagle didn't have enough speed and didn't have enough time to try have an attempt to block that. But now, Chaminade is taking the ball out down low.
Yeah, as you might be able to tell, my voice is a little destroyed. I just came off the flu, and a lot of students at Notre Dame coming off the flu.
That is true. I mean, there is a sickness going around at our school.
Oh, for sure, across LA County and probably United States. Ooh. Yeah, that's an and one and a three-pointer. And Notre Dame, who was within 10 points, the goal we set for them for this quarter, now going to maybe have to crawl back from a
And
four-point
that is
play.
Keith Higgins with a possible 4-point play.
Here's the replay. Yeah, knocks it out and
Gets
just
fouled.
a violent way to attack the player. But that's what they have to do. They have to be aggressive and put pressure on those guys on the outside if they're going to try to block that paint.
Right. Jacob Benassar to Ryan Engs in the basket. Pass that
Teddy
Coltrane.
Parham.
Teddy for 3.
Oh, it would be huge. They
No
knock
good.
it out, and Chaminade's ball.
Right.
Well, Teddy so calm and composed on that three-pointer. Got very close. That's what they need. Catch and shoot, catch and shoot. 0. And a foul on Parham. Well, you know who else is doing a great job would be Coach Cantwell on the other side.
Okay. And
Uh,
why do you say that, Peter?
Well, I really think that Chaminade has come into this game with a game plan, and they're executing it well. Obviously, they have the advantage. They have many of their starters, the freshmen,
we're
the people
doing
they
a good
want.
job too.
But he's done a good job of keeping this team in the lead. And now it's up to Coach Sargent to see if he can get Notre Dame back.
We're doing a really good job too, Peter. Come on. Oh, I'm sad we don't get credit. Sad face now.
Ryan Engs on the outside. Ooh, a good play. And another two-point play, really crucial.
And but the score being 47-36, I mean, Peter, speaking of the devil,
Yeah,
we
let
are
him
coming
move.
back.
Unclear, and they're going to say that's a charge. And the Notre Dame bench is pumped up. Take a look at that. Really great play, and they're playing aggressive. They're back in this game, and the third quarter has belonged to Notre Dame, no doubt. Yeah, early on, you have to say that they struggled. But now Parham's leadership has really pushed them in.
Alrighty. And now we have number 11, Jacob Nassar, dribbling the ball up to Ryan Engs. Ryan Engs for 3, no good. And I mean, you saw that. Notre Dame having a trouble time. And that was a nice throw from Kenneth Simpson Jr. A full court pass all the way to number 13, Carter Graham, and he puts that layup in just now.
Yeah, 49-36. So a three-point play would be huge to keep it within 10. 2 minutes left in the quarter, and he throws it out. A blind look from Jack Abanassar trying to get it to Engs. Abanassar, a junior. Engs, a sophomore. And like we said, this team is going to be good next year.
I mean, for sure. I mean, losing some of that height, for Notre Dame, they're about to lose Lucas Carvalho, Max Moses, Tyler Howard, Joey Lip, and Teddy.
Yeah, all of the tall players, basically. But what they do have is some of the best players in CIF in Zaire Williams and Julian Rashwain. And tough defense once there by Joey Lip as Chaminade scores another point to make it 51-36. And slowly Notre Dame's progress evaporating as they give it up once more. And Sargent able to get it back. Here's that play as we watch live, a two-pointer. Joey with the three, and it bounces wide.
Right. I mean,
Oops.
Notre Dame, my bad. Notre Dame is losing some of that offense. I feel it's the fatigue. The fatigue is totally kicking in. It's the third quarter. Game's almost over. And there's A. Beagle with an easy layup.
So tough. And you saw number 22, Jordan Fuller, just try to put on kind of a screen right there. He knew he didn't have a chance of blocking the tall man, A. Beagle. So wasn't able to work out, but interesting strategy.
There we go, number 32, Coltrane Goring. Joey Lip, 4-3.
Lip,
good.
huge three. 39-53, and 4 points to claw back to that 10-point barrier. 48 seconds left in the third quarter, and a huge play across to
Joey
get that
Lip
out. Joey Lip, real
almost
effort.
gets the steal. He almost gets
There's
the
the
steal.
replay.
Let's watch this real quick.
Just saw it, but
Just missed
good
it.
job. Yeah, good job, by Joey Lip.
Here we go. Star of the show. Passes it. Tries for the reverse. That's a no good. And it's still Chaminade's ball.
The thing about having Lip in the game is if he makes threes like that and is able to provide some protection inside, he's a great asset.
Right. And that's
Another
Tyler
block.
Huara with a block. Beautiful block. That's what Notre Dame needed right now. Ryan Aings dribbling in. Passes
Thanks.
it.
Fuller, woo, in and out, in and out.
That was not Fuller. That was number 3,
Sorry.
Bryce Cooper.
Bryce Cooper. My bad.
Bryce is good. I mean, in my opinion, he's played really well. He's playing really well. This is the first moments we've seen him in the game right now.
Yeah, you saw him in previous weeks on, I think, last week's game of the week.
Of course, yes.
Doing
This is
pretty
his
well.
first time in. Number 21 is in.
39. Continued to struggle just a little bit. Well, if you're just joining us, let's talk a little bit about what has transpired here. Chaminade and Notre Dame locked in a tie after the first quarter, but then the second quarter just went all Chaminade's way. Now Notre Dame having a little bit of luck, but still 39-53. As it bounces out, 2.6 seconds left. Notre Dame will get the ball with 0.5 left. Well, you know what this reminds me of, Tyler? Right
What does
before
this
the
remind
half,
you of?
when Teddy Parham, with 0.9 seconds left on the clock, was able to hit a full court shot. Now they only have to go maybe from the three-point line, so.
I mean, think about it. Without that three-point shot, it'd be 53-36. So, let's see what happens.
0.5, he shoots.
No.
And
good.
I think they, nope, no foul, okay.
All right, end of the third quarter. Score being 53-39. Chaminade up by 14.
Yeah, and in this break, let's talk about some of the games that are coming up here on NDSN. Next week, we have 2 games of the week. On Monday, Tyler and me, or Kendall Galvez, will be joining you to broadcast the soccer game at 5 o'clock between St. Francis and Notre Dame. So make sure to tune in there, right on YouTube. You can hit subscribe if you want notifications, or you can find us on the NDHS.org. And then on Friday night, the final regular season basketball game against St. Francis here at home. And our final game of the week broadcast for basketball, that'll also be against St. Francis here at 7 o'clock. So make sure to stay tuned for those games as well. Yeah. Well, we've really enjoyed bringing you all the games this season. We hope to provide you a little bit of postseason coverage if any of our teams make it, specifically girls soccer, boys soccer, and girls basketball, who are having great seasons so far. And then, of course, in spring, we'll bring you baseball and track for the first time ever since I've been here for 4 years.
And I mean, with my personal experience, how are we going to do track? I mean, they're on the track. So are you guys going to be
Tyler,
on the field?
My friend Tyler here, one of the other announcers, runs the 800 for Notre Dame, a very fast runner. And our good friend Michael Macias, one of the best in the state at the 800. So Notre Dame actually has one of the best track teams in California, one of Notre Dame's most successful teams. So we're excited to bring you for the first time some coverage from the track meets. All right, and we're back. 53-39. So they didn't meet that goal of keeping within 10, but at points in the last quarter, they did get to that threshold.
Right. And I mean, let's see what happens at the fourth quarter. I mean, we only got 8 minutes.
Well,
to
here's
play
their
some
star,
basketball.
Simpson Jr.
He hasn't gone out once.
Yep,
Huh.
guarded
He hasn't
by Ames.
gone out once. That's
And number 15, Michael Wilson. Dribbles in, ooh. And another charge. That's what ND needs. Great play by Tyler Hawara to get that called charge as they charge forward.
right. And here we go. Notre Dame brings up the ball.
Down by
right?
14.
Down by 14. Of course, score has not changed from 53 to 39.
Looks like they're discussing a bit, trying to get the call right for the scorekeepers.
And here we go. We have got Ryan Ings dribbling with the ball, giving it to Teddy. Let's see what Notre Dame can do. Ryan Ings
Ooh,
tries
Ings. Little tough, little tough. 15 across number 2. There's Simpson Jr. and a huge play off the board, but he can't make it. But there's the height advantage, and Lip able to get in there and retain the ball from ND possession. And that's one of the first times tonight we've really seen the Notre Dame defend that inside paint really well. During the first quarter was the only other time we saw them, and that was the quarter they were able to stay even with Chaminade. So if they're able to repeat that performance, I do believe they can take a stab at winning this game.
And I mean, that's great advice. That's a great way to put it, Peter. I mean, this game is about finding the right openings, finding the right poise, and making the right shots, and taking those attempts. That's the way Notre Dame's going to win this game. Number 15, 40. No good.
There's an in and out.
Jordan
So
Fuller.
a little bit of luck for ND now.
Ryan Ings.
Ings,
Good.
3,
And here we go.
42-53, so now this lead at 11. 6:40 to go in the fourth.
There's a
Number 2, oh, here's the replay as they shoot and miss.
no good.
And a live shot, Ings with that number 20 with that replay there. And we're back, Teddy Parham having taken it up and then been blocked once again by those tall inside man on Chaminade. And now Simpson, no, not Simpson. Michael Wilson on the other side of the court putting away for Chaminade, making the score 55-42. Well, back and forth, a little more energy now.
Ryan Ings. There's
Yeah.
Tyler Hawara on the inside.
Looking to go outside
Tries to
and then
find
goes in.
something beautiful
That
play.
is physicality at its best. Number 15, Tyler Hawara.
That was a beautiful play by Tyler. That was a great layup and a great attempt. Utilizing that big body of his, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
But
he's tall, but he's also physical.
Of course. We got number 0. Wilson Crump with that easy shot. Easy little bucket.
Nice and easy, and that's what Chaminade has to do. So many times when now it's 44-57, so many times when you're up by a large margin, you're defending your lead, you take chances, but Chaminade's doing a good job of just keeping it simple and scoring the baskets they need to retain their lead.
And I also think that Notre Dame is making some of that few mistakes. They act on offense,
Yeah.
and after they miss, they cannot recover fast enough, and that's what Chaminade is utilizing in this quarter. I've seen a lot of plays where Chaminade is just going about and just counterattacking, and that's why they're keeping this lead, in my opinion.
Yeah, and Tyler and I, who are both huge soccer fans, we know that against the best teams in the world, if you don't defend, the counterattack can always expose you on the back end. And certainly that happens in basketball too. And Notre Dame can score as much as they want, but if Chaminade is able to put up 75% of their shots, they're still going to win this game. So
Right.
Notre Dame has to do a better job on the defense, starting there and then expanding and trying to come with some offensive shots of their own. So 57-44, a 13-point lead for Chaminade. 5:32 left in the fourth quarter. And they play into the backcourt, I believe, for Ings.
And there he is.
Great dribbler of the basketball. Pulls up
Ryan
for
Ings
the
for another 3. No good. And we got a Beagle.
Yeah. Well, Eagle, obviously, at the end of these games, rebounds are going to be key.
Right.
And that's where Chaminade has a clear advantage. And again, one of the ways they can defend their lead, but if they give up turnovers like that, then Notre Dame can crawl back into this one. Number 11, Jack Abasar taking it out. Looking for Ings, and he finds Hawara inside. Once
Hawara.
again, using that physicality, a great attempt there. Didn't go in, though.
And that is number 3, freshman, Keith Higgins Jr.
And keep in mind, in terms of that matchup between Hawara and Abe Eagle, Abe Eagle is a sophomore. Hawara is a senior, so he has more experience to draw upon. And despite Abe's advantage in terms of height, if Hawara can outmatch him in terms of skill, which we've seen on several plays this quarter.
Right. And look at the sub right now, Peter. We have Tyler coming out, and then we got Joey Lip coming back in the game again.
Yeah, and that's been the trade-off between Joey Lip and Tyler Hawara to see who works a little bit better against this Chaminade offense.
And that height is what
Sorry.
Notre Dame needs to have in, just like how Chaminade needs to have Ken Simpson in for their offense.
Carter Graham makes his shot, 58-44. Now 14 points between the two teams, and he'll shoot once more. Knocks it down.
Carter Graham knocks that 3 in.
15 points. They need to respond on this possession. .22 flips it out to Engs. Well guarded by number 15. And Engs still able to flip it in. There you go, athleticism against height. And sometimes athleticism can win.
Of course. I mean, as they say, not all tall people are fast, Peter.
Simpson, oh, and it looks like a travel.
That has been a lot of travels in this game. I mean, Chaminade has, but that was 2 travels so far in this
Well, like
quarter.
I said, it's experience versus raw talent. And right now, raw talent is winning the game, but they're making a lot of mistakes. And Notre Dame's experience in terms of their seniors can cut down on those mistakes and even these two teams out a bit. Fuller. Ooh.
No good on that
Tough
shot.
shot.
And we got Kenneth Simpson grabbing that rebound once again.
Simpson out now, number 15. Michael Wilson, sorry. 3. Oof.
We got number 3, Keith Higgins Jr. putting that 3 back in the hoop.
Yeah, putting that in for
Putting
a 2
that
and,
in.
and really stayed calm. A lot of players, once they miss a 3, dejected, but he came forward, got his rebound, and finished it off. Trying to get out.
Joey Lip for 3. Good.
There you go.
That's his, from what I remember, 4-3 of the game
61-49.
tonight.
I mean, and Tyler, this is a similar pattern. Every game we broadcast with Notre Dame basketball this season, they've been outmatched, but they've constantly and continuously tried to come from behind and really showed spirit.
And I mean, that's the key. I mean,
There's Lips 3 on the replay.
but like, I feel like if Notre Dame had the ability to restart the whole entire season, this could go way more better.
Yeah, I mean, it could have. This could have been a CIF winning team. The way they're playing with the spirit they have is really impressive, and a testament to the job that the new coach has done this year. And hopefully he'll be able to build on that next year with some of his players who are injured coming back.
Of course. I mean, we only have 5 seniors on the basketball team right now who will be leaving this season, and we're going to have some of those players from JV coming back up, playing at the varsity level.
Well, next week is senior night again.
Oh, of
On
course.
Friday night versus St. Francis. Make sure to tune in as we give a send-off to those seniors, and hopefully they'll win one.
Play their hearts out, Peter. And I mean, this is their 3rd to last game of the season, I believe. They're playing Crespi on Friday at Crespi. So if you wanted to
It
check
looks like
that
he
out.
held on to the ball for too long there. Oh, they're playing Crespi at Friday at Crespi.
Friday at Crespi, yep.
Interesting. Yeah, so we won't be able to broadcast that one for you, but you can certainly go out to Encino and watch that one between our arch rival.
And if you remember, that game did not end up too well.
Yeah, that.
They probably have one of the best teams in
Yeah,
the state.
they also have Brandon Williams, though. One of the best players.
In the country, in their state right now.
in the
Number
state
2
right
in
now.
the state currently.
Number 2.
All right, here we go. We have Coltrane shooting free throws right now. First free throw is in. Coltrane with his other free throw, misses the second one. Joey Lip fights for the rebound, does not get it, but Ryan Engs
That's
gets
a huge
that.
play by Lip. 8. Ooh, they found him inside for 32.
And that is an
Three-point play.
and one. And one for Coltrane. Once
Corey
again, he will be
Coltrane.
back on the line.
Great last name. One
I
of the
love
greatest, John Coltrane, one of the greatest jazz artists of all time. Here's the replay for you. And that's the Notre Dame team fighting.
And here we go. Chaminade finding that offense.
There's Simpson Jr.
Is that a foul?
It looks like they fouled Simpson. Well, 53-61. So now crunch time, but guess what? It's 8 points. And Chaminade's lead is slowly evaporating here. And part of that has been that they haven't been able to get the ball to Kenneth Simpson Jr., and he hasn't been able to score as much in the second half.
That is true, and that is a great point, Peter. In the first half, you see him, his exotic basketball skills, his speed, his dynamicism just blowing up the court. But
9 points now separating the two
as
teams.
we can see,
well, this player is going to be good as he gets more experience, starts to learn a little bit more in high school. Still 3 more years for Chaminade, and they're going to be a tough opponent for Notre Dame going forward over the next 3 years.
Notre Dame needs to start scoring because they're one of their tallest players right now. Abe Eagle is out. So having that advantage for Notre Dame is still good.
Ryan Engs makes the follow-up, but not the official shot, and so nothing will count. Yeah, that's a good point, Tyler. They have the ability to now exploit the inside. And Chaminade's responding to Notre Dame's dominance on the outside by putting on some more outside-minded players. And Notre Dame needs to start taking advantage of that for sure. Yeah.
And that was a good recovery from Chaminade.
Yeah,
Number 15
great
gets the rebound. Back to
15,
Kenneth.
Michael Wilson, who's had a great game.
Oh, yeah. Michael Wilson by far has had a great game. Weston Crum making some couple shots in. Keith Higgins Jr. is also in the game. Well, that was a loud slap.
15, Michael Wilson needed to put that one away, but now they get it off to Simpsons Jr., their star player. 2:34 to go. 10 points between the teams. Was down to 8 previously, and now 3 makes it 13. Notre Dame's going to have a hard time responding to that.
And with the time winding down, almost with 2 minutes left in the game,
Throws it
Joey
out.
Lip for another 3. Almost gets that in. That's a no good. Coltrane puts that back up in. And that is a timeout of Notre Dame.
Yeah, sorry. Coltrane Goring. He's been very good here in the fourth quarter, especially, as we take a look at some of those plays. Well, Notre Dame has had a supporting cast. Not one player that's doing well, but several. Jack Abanassar, Jordan Fuller, Joey Lip. Now score 66-55. 11 points between the two teams. You think they had a chance?
I mean, as I'm trying to think realistically, I feel like Notre Dame does not have a chance. I feel like Chaminade is still going to try their best to exploit their inside. They may have their subs come back in, or they may just have their reserves just to try to hold their lead.
Well,
11 points.
Yeah, sorry.
It's all right. 11 points is a lot of points in basketball. So that's going to be a miracle if Notre Dame comes back and still has a chance to win this game. But what are your thoughts about it, Peter?
You know, if they have one thing going for them if they're Notre Dame, it's that they've been in this situation before. Literally every single game we've covered, they've come back and they've been competitive throughout the entire game. And going into the fourth quarter, they've been down by a little bit. So they've been in this situation before, and they have the experience to pull it off. Only question now is, can they do it?
And here we go. Game back on and live and in session. And we have number 32.
And in the Notre Dame gym.
Of course. Number 32 taking out the ball for Chaminade. And Notre Dame is pressing a bit. As you can see, they're running that man-to-man offense really high up.
Oh,
Ryan
Engs, a great
Engs.
steal. And he's not going to dish it out, take it himself, but he can't put it in. That's where you got to be careful, but you also have to have confidence. Engs rushing back to cover. 32, now 15. Michael Wilson.
There's Kenneth
Out.
Williams.
Ooh, Kenneth Williams can't put it in.
But number 13
Carter Graham.
puts it back in. And I mean, he's also one of the key players for Chaminade. He's been putting those easy layups in for Chaminade as well. As we have
There's
Ryan
Engs.
Engs
Yeah.
lose the ball. And
Struggling on the last 2 possessions. And Chaminade back in it again. Now 70-55. That puts it at 15 with 1:29 to go.
Jordan Fuller with the drive. No good. And this Notre Dame has lost 3 opportunities.
Yeah, and it's
in
kind of falling apart here at the end.
right.
As Engs looking for it, bounces it in, a kickball. I do believe Notre Dame regained possession though. And I think, part of the reason it fell apart there at the end is just weren't paying as much attention. They were worrying too much time about time and not about putting it into the basket. And also on the defensive side, it suffered a little bit. Now Lip.
With the drive and one.
Brilliant.
Brilliant play by Joey Lip. I mean, the score to Chaminade did
57-70.
increase their lead. And as you said earlier, how Chaminade is holding their lead. Notre Dame was rushing the ball, and they weren't taking their time, and they weren't running the offense as they were at the beginning of the quarter. I feel like
Lip
that's why
knocks
they
it down.
lost some of their points.
58-70, 1:06 to go.
Right.
Well, Notre Dame's still playing like they have a chance, and that's what you want to see.
Of course. Foul on Ryan Ings. And this is, I think, bonus. And
Now, Chaminade is not looking very happy. The Chaminade coach, rather, I believe is Bryant Cantwell, is not really looking happy about that offensive performance as Notre Dame's able to get Kenneth Simpson Jr. to the line.
I feel like at this point, Notre Dame is just going to foul Chaminade, getting them on the line and getting that possession back.
Well,
I
look, they're pretty far off from winning this game right now, but they're
Right.
not stopping to play, and that's what's important.
Of course.
And this is sports, so who knows what could happen. Simpson Jr. makes the shot. Now 71-58. Yeah, and there were times where Notre Dame had a chance to get back into this one, but just fell a little bit short, not the right momentum at the right times, and ultimately kind of outclassed by the players they had on the court. As Chaminade gets the rebound, and now with 53 seconds, they're going to be able to take a considerable amount of time off the clock. Lip's got a foul, and that's a tough rebound for Notre Dame to give up.
At this point in the game, Peter, I believe that Notre Dame is just going to foul. They're going to try to get the ball back any way possible, shape, or form, and that is by fouling.
Well, this is Notre Dame Sports Network, and we've talked a lot about Notre Dame in this game, but at the same time, Chaminade has played well. Specifically, Kenneth Simpson Jr. in the first half, just going off with a ton of points. In the second half, he struggled a little bit more. But by the same token, ultimately, he's responsible for much of this win. And then we have to talk about Abe Eagle. The sophomore, 6'8", just ultimately dominating in the paint. And despite Notre Dame's best efforts and good efforts they were not able to come back. As we take a look at some of our cheerleaders here supporting our Knights tonight. And there's the band.
Of course.
Here at every home basketball game, also come to football and girls sports as well. Girls basketball, boys water polo. All the time, our cheerleaders supporting our athletic Knights. Not even getting the foul there. Now 40 seconds to go. Ooh, Simpson dribbling through. And looks like the referees are going to confer. Nope. Foul on Kenneth Simpson Jr.
And he will be going back to the line once again. This game has really, really, really gone down, starting with the 2 minutes left on the clock.
Well, Tyler, there is some good news, though. We did get an awesome shot by Teddy Parham, which we'll show to you at the end of the game, just before half, a full court one, and some pretty good plays by Notre Dame.
I mean, it's a pretty cool play in any basketball game you'll ever see. You barely get...
Looks
that
like
was
a little
crazy.
bit of air on the
That
score.
was crazy.
Score is 72-58.
Oh, my goodness.
There we go.
Oh, yeah. And there we go. And bang.
And now 73-58.
Time
So
winding down.
33 seconds left on the clock, and Notre Dame will end this one with a little bit of respect. Just hopefully get a couple more points on the board.
And there we go.
Number
Bryce
3.
Cooper does not go in. And goal.
32,
Coltrane.
Mateo Ping. Sorry, no. 32 on Notre Dame. Coltrane Goring. Coltrane's had a great game.
Oh, man. Yeah, I mean, he's been in most of the time. Starting in the second half, I believe, he has been in.
All right, 73-60 is going to be your final score as time winds down. Thank you so much for joining us. Once again, you can join us next Monday at 5 o'clock for boys soccer, our only soccer game of the week, versus St. Francis, and then next Friday at 7 o'clock for the senior night of boys basketball. And oops, here's one more time, hopefully some highlights from the game. Notre Dame Game of the Week. Thank you so much for joining us. I'm Peter Smith, filling in for David Gallus.
And I'm Tyler Stewart.
And we hope to see you next Monday. From all of us here at ND Sports Network, behind the scenes, Matthew Piamonte, our technical director, and others, thank you so much for joining us, and we'll see you next week.
Have a good night, Knights.
Keep us on for the last one.
Huh? Yeah, no, you guys were on. Yeah.